It is our 1296th live stream. Countdown to 1300. Big 1300 coming up in just 4 episodes. Anyway, tomorrow we're going to look at all of our new books. Um, there's one new book tomorrow that I'm going to really want to talk about a lot, how it all ended. So please remind me if we're looking at the 20 new books that come out tomorrow and I have customers or whatever, please don't let me get off there without talking about how it all ended, which is a really exciting book by Emma Hussinger. Probably one of the best middle grade books I've read in a while, and I've read some great middle grade books, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. We also have coming out tomorrow a new Avengers collection. This is collecting issue, I think, 31 through 40. We've got a brand new original graphic novel, Hover Girls, which is really cute looking. And then we have the big one, the one that I want to talk about today, the one that I'm going to make a big stink about, Unico. I had Unico out last week because it came early and we're allowed to release our Scholastic books early. But having read it, I want to highlight it specifically with all the new books out tomorrow. But before we get into that, just because I'd rather not be into my whole flow talking about all the books when all the YouTube randos come on at about 4 minutes. So first I'm going to talk about something else, and then we will get into, what was his name? Samuel Satin and Gurhiru's adaptation of Osamu Tezuka's Unico. We're going to talk about that in about 2 minutes, 1 minute, whenever I see people just suddenly coming in. But first, we're going to talk about the Book of Elsewhere, which I just sold out of. I bought a bunch of copies of this, not tons, but more than I got at a lot of the manga series that we get, where I get 2 or 3 copies, so more than that. And I got to tell you, first off, this creature here with this crazy horn, that's a real animal that exists, okay? That is a Barbusa. It's a pig with giant tusks that curve back. Look them up. They're awesome. I have this much left of the book. Who else does this with their dust jackets? I have this much left of the book. And I'm enjoying it immensely. I almost said to myself, you know what? Let me do the live stream in 5 minutes and I'll finish this chapter. Then I'll do the live stream. That's how much I'm enjoying it. But then I saw that chapter led directly into a continuation chapter for it. I said, forget it. Let's get the live stream done, and then I can read the book. I think, again, I've talked about this before. I've read a bunch of Keanu Reeves' Berserker. He works with great artists. And honestly, one of the biggest compliments that I think you do the medium of comics is working with great artists. When you are a writer, or when you are someone who's not even a writer, who's the idea man coming to another writer and saying, I want to do this, I think a huge part of that journey is to say, I want Steve Scrosi, I want Salvador LaRocca, I want someone who's going to make this look as epic as I have it in my head. And I think China Melville, who does a lot of good Black Ops stuff in his own books, and Keanu really knocked this book out of the park. I'm not going to tell you that this is no Gideon the Ninth, you know? It's not, but it's Robin Hobb. It's fun genre fiction. If you like Black Ops stuff, if you like Highlander Immortal stuff, if you like prehistory, mystical mumbo jumbo stuff, all done perfectly. So it's really exciting. I think it's really good. Action scenes are written really well. I think we're ready though to back this up a little. Let's talk about our main subject of today, which is my buddy right here, Unico. Unico. Hey, Ethan. Unico is a comic that was created by Osamu Tezuka, the god of manga, 50 years ago, more than 50 years ago. Let's say 50 years ago. Unico is one of dozens of Tezuka characters created for the cutesy adventure market for preteens. Okay, what we would call. Oh, my wife is asking me for some help. So Give me 1 second. I will be right back. We haven't done that in a while. I haven't walked away from a live stream in a while. But anyone who's still here, when people visit, you can tell them that I have to go help my life. My favorite anime, I don't really like that much anime. I'm kind of old school anime, Akira, but I love manga. Tons of manga that I love. All right, here we go. Right, so what do we know about Unico? Anyone? Everyone? Marguerite's here, by the way. Marguerite's here. Say hi, Margot. Manga is comic books. Japanese comic books. It's what a lot of animes are based on. That's all. That's just that's the term for, just like we say comic books and we say animated movie, like they're different things. So that's what manga is. Unico was Tezuka chasing what he always called the Bambi fix. He didn't call it the Bambi fix, but he always was wore on his chest his love of Disney and Disney animal stuff. The Disney shorts, Mickey Mouse, and he always wanted to create characters that he had said had the animal vitality and humanity of early Disney films. Bambi was one he would talk about all the time. Unico, like Jungle Emperor Leo, what was the Phoenix story called? Maybe just Phoenix? Are all that idea. They're a mystical, magical cartoon creature that learns lessons and has fun adventures, but as opposed to, which he was working on at the exact same time, Blackjack, Dororo, or the later Moo, and other very serious works of Tezuka. This is a lot more childish, a lot more in the vein of Astro Boy. So, Unico. Oh wait, you see this? You see that? Yeah, I need that for the store, so don't destroy it, okay? Unico is a great idea. It's a little baby unicorn. It's an adorable little baby unicorn, and of course, because Tezuka could make whatever rules Tezuka wanted to make, he's not just a baby unicorn. He's forever in this body, in this childish body, because his memory has been wiped. He doesn't know that he's best friends with Psyche, and he and Psyche have been making people happy, which got him in trouble with the gods, and he's been punished. That's the basics of... I don't know anything about Warhammer. I just know that it's very, very complicated. I've seen a bunch of the comics, but they were too complicated for me to even follow. I got the basic story. Like the Kieran Gillen's sister Mercy. I got the basic story, but I couldn't tell the consequences of most of the things. Anyway, Unico was not a huge success. It did get a short animated film made. It was revisited by the Tezuka Studios for many years, doing questions and things like that. Doing revivals and short stories. And it was just brought back. Scholastic. Now, this is where this gets, in my opinion. You want the book? You want the book, Marguerite? You have to put this down, and I'll give you the book. Yeah, you can't have both things. That's life. Scholastic has been dominating, right? Dominating. We've got the Dogman books, we got the Babysitter's Club books, we got the Raina Telgemeier books. They just announced Raina Telgemeier and Scott McCloud did a book about teens making comics. Like, they are destroying Scholastic. But what Scholastic cannot compete with is the manga. Manga has been on the rise for the last 5 years. Shonen Jump made themselves free online in English, same day as the Japanese release, and that changed the game. That's how I view it, at least. It seems to be that way. So Scholastic has been looking for a while, and they made an announcement that Nope. They made an announcement that they got a license with the Tezuka Studios. They were making original content based on Tezuka Enterprises, which has again been done numerous times by different companies all over the world. Do you want the book? No, you want this little standee? Has been done numerous times by companies all over the world with varying successes. The first move that showed you that Scholastic knows what they're doing, which I already knew, is that they hired Gurhiru. If you don't know Gurhiru, they're responsible for the first Gwenpool miniseries. They're responsible for Superman Smashes the Klan with the great Gene Yang. They are responsible for about 1,000 pages of Avatar: The Last Airbender comics with Gene Yang, and they are responsible for the very popular It's Jeff comic series about Jeff the Land Shark. So they are an amazing choice. They are especially amazing choice because there's only one studio after Tezuka's that is as revered, I would say, and that is Clamp. Clamp defined manga in the 90s, and Clamp dominated the sales charts into the early 2000s. And Gurhiru is a studio based on the original principles of Clamp. It's an all-female studio, female assistants, female main artists, as well as being big fans of, and maybe even one of them as an apprentice of Clamp. So it's the, what do you think? I just saw Abrams is going. Oh yeah, Abrams doing manga too. But they also have Frank Miller manga, so it's gonna be interesting. Gurhiru is a great choice. Samuel Satin has done research. He's a nonfiction writer on anime and the history of anime, as well as writing tons of young adult work. And what they pulled off in this book is just fantastic. The pacing is modern. The animation and cartooning is sharp and crisp. My 11-year-old loved this book. My 11-year-old read it, and he was like, I liked all the character designs. I liked the personalities of certain people. And again, my 11-year-old reads a lot of comics, obviously. He's not easily impressed, and he was just going on and on about how great this was. Part of it is, it's Gurhiru. They're going to have a cat and a unicorn talking. It's going to be fun, dynamic. It's going to follow all of Wallywood's 22 panels that always work when necessary, because Gurhiru are awesome. Satin was very respectful to the original material in how Tezuka liked to tell stories. He liked to abruptly move to the next thing. We've set this up. Boom, it's happening. Now, let it roll. We're not expanding upon time. Time passed. Move on. Which, again, went on to define manga for decades. So, yeah. Just wanted to point out, awesome release. Gurhiru. Look, even a baby's interested in it. Right? I mean, that's really telling. I think it speaks for itself. Anyway, yeah, tomorrow, 8/6, new release, Unico. Black and white. This one that you can see like a tiny little bitsy witsy of, or that one in the corner? I'll go with that question. Joey. All right, Joey. Which one? Yeah, this one. Okay, I was thinking this was one. This is a recreation of a Stan Drake page by Dave Sim. It's like an inking it's an inking practice page. It's not a original anything. I mean, it's original. It's original ink by Dave Sim, but it's him trying to copy a specific ink brush style of Stan Drake. It's basically the whole premise of the book, The Strange Death of Alex Raymond, which we have in stock, all about the Drake and Raymond and their photorealistic art. You're going to do a little concert before we go? It's fine. It was a gift. It's one of literally, I think, hundreds, if not thousands, of practice Drake pages Sim did. So it's a nice piece of art, but it's not like some high value thing. Yeah. All right. Are we saying bye bye? You say bye bye? You're working on it. I see that. All right, tomorrow when Unico comes out, we've got Unico bookmarks. I just want to point this out. Classic hologram. Yeah, Unico bookmark. And there's even Unico collectible cards. So stop by, grab those at your local independent bookstore. And really, if you like Ghibli films, if you like Tezuka, classic Tezuka, if you like Yohiro's work, you will enjoy Unico. Check it out. And until tomorrow, when we look at all the rest of the new books, remember, damn it, babies, you got to be kind.